Welcome back. Today, I'm going to review the idea of a step up in cost basis at death. I want you to imagine that you've received a home or a business or maybe some shares of stock when somebody passed away. How much income tax we owe if you sell that asset? And there are 3 points that I want you to review. The first is, what is cost basis? The second, why it matters. And then the third, this does not apply to all assets. To dig deeper, I want you to think of the cost basis as the starting point for an asset. So most people, when they buy something, they are going to sell it at some point in the future. And if it truly is an investment, it should appreciate in value. That doesn't happen all the time. Cost basis is that starting point. What did you pay for it originally? And that determines what the tax is when you go to sell it. And also, depending on the timing, can determine the difference between a short-term and a long-term gain or loss. And they have different rules. Why it matters. This matters for two main points. The first is missing records. Think about it if you received a house from your parents, and maybe they've told you they paid $25,000 for it way back when. And today it's worth $750,000. Well, a lot of times you don't have the records to know that $25,000 is actually what was paid. And this is more true if it's a business that somebody started, or especially a stock portfolio that was set up in the last century, even the early part of this century. So those missing records and a reduction of income taxes, that's the big points about why it matters. My third point, this doesn't apply to everything. A lot of people, when they receive assets, it's by way of an IRA or 401k, and those receive no step-up in basis, nor do shares received by an NUA transaction, nor many trusts don't qualify for a step-up in basis. There's a lot of it depends. There's many exceptions, and so you want to make sure you talk to some professionals about your individual situation. Now, good planning is not just about who gets what. It's also about how they receive it and what the tax impact is going to have on them. If used wisely, a step up in cost basis at death has some great planning opportunities. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe.